Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and get them clapping, please. For Poppy Singleton Hoare!
You're really small.
Hey, you stole my opening line. I've recently become really paranoid. I've just moved into a flat and I'm so scared that something is going to go wrong with it. And this has gotten to the point where I'll start going around and checking everything in my flat, and I'll check the oven off, and I'll check the doors locked, and I'll check the windows are closed. And it's gotten to the point where I've started doing this in multiples of 5, which like I get is a really weird thing to do, because like I normally prefer even numbers. But like this has happened because, yeah, I moved in a flat of 2, which is an awful idea. I moved in with my best friend and discovered that you do not know someone until you know what setting they think the toaster should be left on. But there's 2 of us, if something goes wrong, like it's a 50-50 chance of whether or not it's my fault. Last year, there were 8 of us, 12.5%, that's a fucking stat I could work with. But this has gotten to the point where like I'm starting to lose weight because of it, but not even in the like traditional anxiety sense. I've just become too scared to use my oven. So it's quite nice that it kind of counterbalances that rumour that the average person will gain £10 in the first year of uni, a freshman 10, which I've discovered is a lie. The idea that you gain £10 in your first year of uni is a fucking myth to make you forget you're actually losing 9,000. But this is, it's literally, I just go around my flat before I leave the house and I have to check everything, and I have to check all the lights, all the doors, all the windows. And I mean, like, I've never formally been diagnosed with OCD, but I do feel like I should check. Because I am like 98.6% sure. And God, I wish that was a round number. But to get out of my flat for the weekend, I went on like a nice weekend away for Valentine's weekend. Like by myself, but I still had a nice weekend. But I went down to Leicester and had to get the train by myself, and there were all these people being really coupley. And so I thought, like, I've got nothing to lose. I will ask every single person who goes to sit next to me if they want to be my Valentine. And I was very successful at having 2 seats to myself for the entire journey. And I got off the train with all my stuff, and this drunk bloke outside a pub just shouts at me, 7 out of 10. And I had to explain that that is very offensive, because I'm actually an 8. I'm like, I mean, even pretending for a second that the way to a woman's heart is to shout at them on the street. Am I meant to be flattered by that? Like I'm going to go, oh, this gentleman thinks I'm a 7. Please, let me suck you off. I understand that it's quite difficult to pull these days. Like my first reaction, if a boy comes up to me in a club because they find my sweaty drunk dancing hilarious, raise your fucking standards. I just want to give them a little pep talk. And I was there in my huge physics sweatshirt that like I originally just bought to like wear in bed, but I accidentally got it in exactly the same colour as the sweatpants I wear to bed, so it just looks like I've got this weird physics tracksuit going on. I've kind of justified it to myself, because if my flatmate calls me out and spending the whole day in my pyjamas, I'm just like, no, I've been revising and this is what I wear to exercise my mind. But then I had to check into a hotel by myself as well on Valentine's Day, double room, and I could feel the staff were all like laughing at me a little bit. And so I thought, I will just ask for a VAT receipt and I will seem important. I realised they were actually laughing about the fact that my surname is Singleton Hoare. And I immediately regretted suggesting that I was ever there for business purposes. I'm going to leave you with one final thought. Beaker from the Muppets was so self-obsessed, it was just me,